Water, ice, and snow seem to play freely between their three states of being. The blanket of immaculate snow, which softens the surface, bears witness to the isolation of this region. The slightest presence of an animal is revealed by tracks. The water ouzel is a fragile bird, which appreciates this tranquil land. He stays on even throughout the winter. Covered with snow, the soil doesn't provide much nourishment. The water ouzel must therefore look to the water for aquatic insects. He doesn't hesitate to dive for them, hence his other name, the dipper. Were they perhaps imitating these birds when, over 1,000 years ago, the Scandinavians, having nothing to gain from their land, decided to take to the sea? When they reached this island in the 9th century, and first noticed that it was even more icy than their homeland, they named it Iceland.
Since that time, the glaciers have receded quite a bit on the island, and now occupy only 11% of its surface. Swept by polar and ocean currents, Iceland generally experiences cool temperatures. Although winters are milder than those at the same latitudes on the continent, the climate is poorly suited to agriculture. Only 1% of the land is cultivated, leaving the less fertile land for breeding, especially for the 700,000 free-ranging sheep. The cities also occupy but a small part of the land. The population of less than 250,000 is naturally concentrated along the coast. Half of all Icelanders live in Reykjavik alone. Although the life expectancy is among the highest in the world, Iceland, with a density of 2.4 inhabitants per square kilometer, is the least populated country in Europe.
As for the rest of Iceland, it's emptiness. Enormous areas covered with pebbles, landscapes so much like the moon's that American astronauts have come here to train. With the exception of city parks and a few strips of forest, trees are practically non-existent on this island. Their disappearance is largely due to the fallout of volcanic ash following the eruptions which the island has experienced over these last centuries. Amidst these vast stretches, only moss and lichen manage to grow. Beneath the fields of lava, one can imagine the close presence of the magma, which raised the island from the ocean during the Tertiary era. Today still, the island is growing larger and higher.
Hot springs number in the hundreds. The ground gives off gas vapors. Hot water and steam gush from the earth. The geothermal potential is more than decorative. Icelanders have found a source of heat close at hand and use it for both their homes and greenhouses. Among the lava and scoria fields, there is a larger desert called the Odadahraun, the Desert of Crimes. The name is linked to the history and legends associated with this place. Before the 13th century, the Althing, the world's first parliament, organized Icelandic society. Lacking police and executioners, the country resorted to banishment as a punishment for criminals.
Banished by all, they were forced to keep away from towns and found refuge in the immensity of the wastelands. An edible moss, called cetraria, is found in the Odadahraun, which helped them to survive, but as wild animals. Any traveler who ventures into these areas could become prey to them. The legends have exaggerated these tales of unfortunate encounters and have given new meaning to the desert as a place of terror.
Today, one may travel the desert without fear, but the atmosphere is still heavy with the memory of the damned. The mineral landscape provokes a certain anxiety, and the hiker cannot discount a certain danger. The difficulty of moving over the rough terrain, of crossing the torrential glacier streams, and the lack of dwellings in these vast stretches leave the traveler who wishes to explore the heart of Iceland completely at a loss, and alone, incomparably alone.